All right, here we are again, making another video. We're back at it. Like I said, Life is Strange season is here. Life is Strange 4 was announced recently, and we've got, well, Life is Strange Double Exposure was announced recently. Life is Strange, some people are calling it 4 in the community, some aren't, because True Colors would theoretically be 3. And Double Exposure 4, but they seem to have gone away from the whole naming numbering convention. But at any rate, it dropped, and I've already covered a good amount of videos on it and continue to plan to do so. But as I do so, I also can't help but think or look over the kinds of content that I've been making, and can't help but like wonder like if I'm being too harsh on it. Like I said, this channel was born out of observing Life is Strange content, and that was what I did originally. And albeit I'm not like a major player in the community, I do feel like I am still a part of the community in some way, shape, or form. And like, it's nice with this new game coming out for the community to be back alive and doing stuff again. It feels like I am visiting with a bunch of old friends that I haven't spoken to in a long time. And so that aspect of it has been really nice and refreshing. It feels like old times again. And I really do appreciate the game doing that for us and bringing the community back together. But like, I can't just ignore my principles and ignore the fact that like this game is like giving off every red flag humanly possible. And so then that's what causes me to kind of sit and think like, okay, this game right now is a giant pile of red flags. That's not good. What do I need to do to get the red flags to go away, so to speak? What do I need to do to make the red flags not red? Or like, am I perfectly in the right? Am I making my criticisms, and they're my honest criticisms and my honest thoughts, but to the same end, we've only seen like maybe 3 minutes of gameplay of this game so far. We haven't seen a whole lot of content out of it yet. It was literally just announced a couple of weeks ago, and I've already condemned it to being like the worst thing on the planet. And again, I'm not necessarily thinking that I'm wrong in that sentence, but like it's natural, at least for me, when I make these kinds of thoughts and assumptions, to go back and second guess myself and be like, okay, are you really being reasonable here? Like, you've only seen 3 minutes of gameplay. Are you sure that it's gonna be not good? But to the same end, like, Deck 9, for me at least, does not have a great track record with their content so far. And so with their lack of a track record, I'm forced to really be like, I'm not sure that this is going to be any good. And so, like, True Colors to me was not good. It was too short. There wasn't enough content. It was flat. The story was bad. There was nothing going on there. I didn't play Before the Storm, so I don't have Before the Storm's magic, if you will, to keep me going through this story and make me really feel like I have something to be excited about. And I've honestly heard a lot of mixed things about Before the Storm too. It's not like the community unanimously enjoys that game either. That is possibly one of the more interesting things about the Life is Strange community, is they're so conflicted and torn, and they cannot agree upon what they want. Like, I know what I want out of the next Life is Strange title. I'm very confident in that matter. I want an original story. I want it to continue to be an anthology series. So I want a new hero and a new power and a new and a new and a new and a new. And that's not what we're getting. We're getting a recycled hero, a somewhat recycled title or power. They've said that she doesn't have the rewind power anymore. She just forgot how to use it. That's we'll get into that later. But she doesn't have that. She's got some different reality bending power, which she kind of technically already had. It's more or less a derivative of something she was already doing. But at any rate, so it's just, It's not at all what I had wanted out of the series, but like it's possibly even a bigger problem than just not being what I wanted it to be, in that it could just quite frankly be another bland, stale, boring title. And I think that is the bigger issue here, because like people's money is at play and our time directly converts into money. And one of the few things that we have in this world that we can give or provide is our time. And we put a value on our time, and then these people who put out entertainment are trying to make their entertainment worth our time and therefore worth our money. And I don't see the worth there. I don't see the benefits of it. I am not thrilled about really anything that I'm seeing here. And that is just like my immediate thoughts. And I know myself and what I want out of games and things enough to know that when something is throwing up that many red flags for me, then I know it's not for me. And so I'm confident enough to say that I'm fairly certain that what we've got isn't what I want. And that's why I've made the decisions and the judgments that I have made on the game thus far. But it's like you look at what little we know about it, and it's already got so much stuff stacking against it. Like, they brought back Max Caulfield in a story that sounds exactly or eerily similar to Life is Strange 1. Oh, my best friend died. I'm going to use time powers to save her or investigate her or whatever I'm going to do. I mean, it's the same thing I did in Life is Strange 1, and it's clear that the community has been clamoring for Max to come back. That is obnoxiously clear. And so, okay, they bring her back, and now here we are. She's back doing the same kind of thing, also at a college campus, and she's still a student. She's not even an instructor, and there's just a whole bunch of this does not feel like it has changed one bit. And it's a very safe game to make, but I don't think the original two Life is Strange games were safe by any means. Like, that was kind of their calling card, is they didn't make games that were just safe for society to consume. They made games that had a purpose and said something. And this game feels very safe. It's like, oh, well, we know the fans like Max. We know that they like murder mysteries, and they liked the first game, which was on a college campus. So let's just do all of those things over again. And it's like, ugh. And that's like one of the things that I can appreciate the most about 1 and 2 is that they are so night and day drastically different from each other. No gaming company does that, and perhaps Life is Strange is now understanding why that's the case, because you alienate your fan base. Like, you get fans who love the first game, and you get fans who love the second game, but respectively hate the opposites, because the games are so different from each other. And so it's like, darned if you do, darned if you don't. As a creative myself, I appreciate and adore the fact that they went out of their way and did something different and made two entirely different titles, and I can respect that. And I wish that they could keep on going with the anthology format, but I don't think it's sustainable because the fans have already kind of spoke their piece. I don't think that they can just keep doing fresh stories, fresh characters, fresh powers, and have the fans just gobble it up every time. But like, part of that issue is Deck Nine's first attempt at doing fresh things was not good, and it wasn't entirely fresh either. It was just kind of, oh, hey, we're going to do True Colors, and we're going to take a lot of the plot points and infrastructure from 1, which we know you guys love, and plug it into here, and that's going to be great. And it was anything but. And so it's interesting to me to observe that, but like I said, I can't help but look back at myself and be like, okay, are you being too harsh on it? Are you hating it too much? Is it even early enough in the launch to make proper assumptions about it? And like, that's kind of a dichotomy. to make a proper assumption. I don't think there is a such thing as a proper assumption. Assumptions in it of themselves, you're assuming something about something. I am assuming that I won't like this. I'm assuming it's going to be bad. Assumptions, assumptions, assumptions. So no, I can't make accurate assumptions about the game. It's only been released. I've only got like 3 minutes of gameplay to play with, but I can certainly make my observations and be well aware of what I'm seeing and how I feel like that's going to be perceived, how it's going to be seen, how it's going to be understood or respected or not understood or respected. And I can use that to then guide my purchasing decision. And that is what most people who are responsible with their money are going to do. They're not going to just blindly throw their money at something. And there are things that I probably would. If this were the Diaz brothers coming back, and this might sound hypocritical, but I could see myself doing the very same thing. And that's why I get why the Max Caulfield fans of the world are so excited about this game. Like, I can see it. I can see it from the other side, and I can get it. I was like, if Daniel Diaz was back, if they announced that, I wouldn't care if the game looked like hot garbage. I'd buy it and support it so that they understood that I would like to see more of those characters. Do I think that's what the franchise needs? No. Like, what I want out of the new Lex Life is Strange is complete freshness. Just like what we got from 1 to 2. Another completely fresh story telling completely fresh individuals with completely fresh whatever. But there is always some bit of fan service that you as a creator can do that you know will create a buzz and a stir within your audience. And that's what they're doing. They're using the bit of fan service that they have to create that buzz and that stir. And then, yeah, it's just interesting as a creator myself, because I know that it can be difficult it is difficult to gain a substantial fan base and to keep that substantial fan base and to keep them all happy too. Keeping people happy in general is a very difficult task, but keeping a fan base happy is a whole different nightmare. And so I envy for them, and I appreciate what they're doing, why they're doing it, why the fans feel the way they feel. Ultimately, my feelings are unchanged. I am not excited about it, and I don't see myself ever being excited about it. I'll watch it when it comes out, because I thought it was going to be on Game Pass, but it's not looking like it will be. So I will watch it when it comes out, and I will pass my story judgments upon it then. If the game catches enough steam and really gets me going before then maybe I'll go and play it myself. I'm not one for watching games. I don't really enjoy it. It really just makes me want to play the game. And so we'll see if I even maintain that. I might watch a couple episodes and be like, I don't want to play the game. I don't want to watch the game. So, like I said, it's exciting to be back in Life is Strange territory. Hopefully we can get some good out of it. Like I said, if nothing else, the community's back together, and that feels pretty awesome. So, thanks for stopping by. If I am too critical of a game that we've only seen 3 minutes of, call me out in the comments. I know you guys aren't shy to do that. So, thank you, and farewell. I got 13 out of that one.